Hello folks, this is Omega. I am back with you today in Sins of a Solar Empire Rebellion. I am doing a mod spotlight on Star Wars Thrawn's Revenge 2 Ascendancy. This is a sequel to Thrawn's Revenge, which was a wonderful little mod for, I believe it was Empire at War, that made it so that it was after the Battle of Endor, and you had lots of interesting things. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into a game here. I really like this menu style, and also there's an executor in the background. I hope I get to play with one of those. At any rate, I will see you then. Okay, just before we start here, I'm going to be going random because I like the element of randomness that introduces. So, yeah, I'll probably do like a per faction review at some point, but yeah, going random. Okay, we are in-game now, and I have no idea which one we are, or which faction we are. So if we will go ahead and get our starting build rolling, cap ship factory, some resources. Let's see what we have. Acclimators and sentinels. This looks kind of like the Empire, which is kind of good because the Empire has some problems, shall we say. So I'm just going to go ahead and build up as much as I can here and get back to you then. Okay, one thing I don't particularly like about this mod, just right off the bat, is how bland the UI is. Like, everything is black and green here. One of the interesting things that happens in this mod is you have these fleet officers. Like, I have a fleet officer ISD here, and he has like an assault ability which boosts ship damage output, and then he has a like a bulwark or some kind of defensive buff, which boosts the effectiveness of defense platforms and whatnot. So I'm just assembling a quick fleet here. We've got, I think, 6 Carracks and the ISD, so we'll go ahead and group them up. Hello, Cat. Are you here to offer tactical advice? He probably isn't. So, one thing I'm noticing right off the bat, it does have a lot of stock voice assets, which is not something I can really complain about, because the base game's voice assets were pretty nice. Just for everyone to know, this is the 0.9 build, so it's technically still in beta, but it's there are some issues. One of the things that are definitely not an issue, though, is these models are gorgeous. Just the detail that goes into them is insane. A little stutter there. For some reason, scouts, for some odd reason, count as members of a fleet now, which is not something they used to do. And, yeah, that's unusual, but... and I hope they tweak that in later versions, but, you know, it's not too bad. Let's see how combat looks. Didn't I just tell you guys to get out of the fleet? Leave fleet. Stop attacking. Just go over there. Oh my god, this ISD is just... amazing. Let's see. I know I keep saying a lot, but that's just because I haven't really rehearsed any of these videos I do. So I should probably start doing that. Because, you know, professionalism. Okay, one of the interesting things here is a thing called supply, which is taking the place of antimatter. This, from what I understand, is like the number of fighters you have on board, or number of... it's something related to logistical supply of fighters. So if I, say, start losing a bunch of ties, the world will be a much better place, but the supply cap here, or the supply number, you can see it, it will just start dropping. Now you can replace that with, the Empire has these things called Altors, which are giant fuel cells with engines, and the Rebels have what is it called? I think it's a Hapen Fleet Tender. It's one of those things. So I'm going to go ahead and colonize this planet. Let me take a look at the tactical structures. That's interesting. So you see next to this galaxy gun, there's an empty icon that is apparently... Okay, that was Advent. Is apparently a Titan foundry. Now, I want this galaxy gun. That thing was completely overpowered. And... Okay. You see this repair platform, it says, requires 1 point in string not found. There are a lot of bugs like that. It's... Honestly, I think they rushed their output of this. Visually, it's a very good mod. But mechanically, it's really not all that different. And I'm more than a little disappointed, because if you've watched any of my other videos, has been talking about it for months, and he kept getting more and more irritated as they kept delaying it, but I think they should have delayed it a little longer, because then we could have a really finished mod, and I could give a really, really good review, and I could get a lot of gameplay in. But that's just me. They do have new phase jump visuals and whatnot, and I'm not really sure if the star's any different, but the effects certainly aren't. So now we're going to have one of those awkward silences where I'm not really sure what to talk about, because I'm still fairly new to the YouTube industry. You know what, I think I'm just going to go ahead and pause it here and come back in like half an hour when I have all the research done and I can, like, seriously bitch about things, rather than just kind of say, oh, it's not so great. Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, just a quick thing here. This is the trade shuttle for the Imperials. This is also the trade shuttle for the Rebels. And if you'll notice here on the bottom, it's a placeholder ship identification thing. And it's just, as a whole, this mod is very good, but if you look at the small details, it loses its luster. Another string not found, which is, like I said, it's the small things that really count here. And I'm severely disappointed.
Times of war are upon us.
On the bright side, I do have 4 ISDs at home.
Ready for battle.
And they have fairly useful abilities. Okay, this one seems to be kind of overpowered, because if you have enough ISD-1s and you have them all use probe droids, you can see the entire map. As long as you've discovered it at least once before. Which you should be doing. And overwhelm. String not found. What does it do? I don't know. Apparently it does something with damage output.
Good day, Commander.
Also, TEC voice asset. We have sighted the enemy, and they look exactly like us. Seriously, I'm fighting another Imperial AI, so... Oh, man, he is boned. Why are you here? Oh, hello. Goodbye, Star Destroyer. That... I may have speed turned up here. Yes, I'm using this game update rate change. Look,
Comlink active.
I'm kind of due in a game in, like, 15 minutes, so I figure, yes, why not squeeze in another recording. But, honestly, mod devs, if you're going to erase the string that names the was it this Cobalt light frigate.
Plotting jump coordinates.
Why do you have them in the game at all?
Plotting jump
That's
coordinates.
that's weird. And it does not make sense to me.
Yes, Commander. At once.
More problems, more string not founds, and why do these not have icons at all? I'm just extremely confused.
Research complete.
Oh, now that one has an icon, and it's a vanilla one. I do like that they've renamed most of the menus here, though, so, you know, I'll give them that. Still. Alright, so I've just gotten my Executor class Star Destroyer, and I was gonna go upgrade it, but, yeah, I don't have any of the level requirements for any of them. Also, they don't have icons, which kind of freaked me out at first. And just some lore nitpicking here. Why can the Executor...
An Imperial fleet is under attack.
Yes, thank you. Why can the Executor only field 2 squadrons? I mean, yeah, you've got to balance it. It can't be quite as overpowered as the thing in Soj, which I think can carry 30 of them. And yes, he talks quite a bit. But honestly, if I had to give a rating to this, which, you know, it's kind of the point of the video, I think I would give it maybe a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Because, I mean, okay, visually, this is amazing. It has very detailed models, very lore-friendly models, though exactly what this bulk cruiser here is, it looks like a modified neutron star, and why the rebels are using it is kind of weird. But honestly, it's in a reasonably good place for a beta, though I can't say I would expect this from a, like, almost release point. Thank you, Valiant One. I really need to know that right now. So, yeah, I'm feeling generous. It's a 7 out of 10. Because it does have a lot of interesting ideas, like the supply and just logistical problems. That's always fascinated me, logistics. And I like the idea of having to provide for your army rather than just having them magically acquire fighters out of, I don't know, hyperspace? Maybe create them from their reactor plasma? I don't know. Whatever they do. But yeah, final verdict, 7 out of 10. It's a good start, but I can't get 100% behind it. So, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed, though, yeah, it's kind of weird. And I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.